Hi everyone, so today we are doing an apex nail. So basically I'm going to show you where your apex should be. So I've just got a tip on this and I've done it in these. So that is the natural nail bed, and obviously a tip so that you can actually see the join for when I show you where the apex is. So before I do that, I'm just going to draw it on here. So let's have a look. Make sure you're on the camera. So this is your finger and then your nail comes out. So we'll do a long one first. So this is where your thickness is gonna be in this section here, so this part. So if it's a long nail, I like to do an higher apex. So the shape that you're going for is you want it to go up to the thickest part, obviously there, and then it comes back down there. So that's a bit dodgy, that one. So about there. And then if you've got a shorter one, a shorter nail, then the thickness here, just make it a little bit thinner because you don't want a really bulky nail. So this one is not really long. If you did a stiletto, you'd have to have a lot of thickness here to support that. But yeah, the shorter the nail you go, the less thickness you need in this part here. So let's do this. Let me get my liquid. So I am going to do this in real time just so you can see. And this bedroom is really warm, so I don't know how quick this stuff's gonna dry today. Let's get this. Right, so I'm going to pick up my bead. I'm not sure if this is going to be the right colour to show you actually. Let's pick a different colour so you can see it better. Go for this one. Okay, let's go again. So pick your bead up. And I'm just going to place that on the nail. So I'm just going to let that set up. If it comes down a bit too much, I'm just going to pat that back up. Just swipe them. If it comes down like that, just swipe it. It stops it coming over the side. So I'm going to get the brush and I'm going to... This brush does not want to play ball, but I'll get a new brush in a minute. So pat them up. You want to keep this tip as thin as you can. I'm just going to pat that down. Just keep them sides pushed in because you want the thickness in that centre bit and then across this little bit here. So all that comes over that side there, I'm just going to take my brush and just swipe. You can cut into it this way and take it off. If it'll come off, it does not want to come off. Right, there we go. And then just put that into a nice shape again. Them sides up. If you look from that direction when you're doing this, you'll be able to see the shape as well. If you can get your shape at this stage, then that is a lot easier when it comes to your filing. Okay, so I'm happy with that one. So that is the first bead. So the next bead we're going to do is a bigger bead. So I'm going to put that in. So the angle of your brush as well, if you lean it more on an angle like small bead, you want your brush upright, and then move it down for the sides of your bead. So this next bead I need a big bead, so I'm going to lay it on more of a flat, put that on, and it's normally about 3 seconds. You can test your bead maybe a little bit more. Doesn't matter really, you can go back in and add more beads, but it's best not to. So I'm going to place it right there, so it's just on that join, like 50-50. So before that sets anymore, I'm just going to push that back just so there's going to be no join line. Don't have to be perfect. And then pull this down to the sides. Don't mess too much with your centre part of your beads. So you can see that's not running. So we're going to angle the brush now on the way that you want this nail to go. So I want it to go down towards that tip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift that nail up and then start pulling that product, patting and pressing, should I say, down that nail, so that them two join, and give it a little swipe just so they blend in nice. Look, you can see that. So you can see how it's goes short or thin up to the thickness on this little part here. See that? I hope you can see this. I'm useless when I'm trying to show all like this. Okay, so let's do that cuticle bead. So again, I'm going to pick my bead up. This doesn't need to be as big as the previous one. And then I'm going to place that not too close to that cuticle, so just place that on, and then I'm going to do the same again. I'm just going to pat that backwards a little bit, just up to that cuticle but not touching it, and then swipe this side, go up, and then swipe it, so that's blended that part and that part for you. And then you can just gently merge them two together. So let's have a look. Let's take it off. I'd have been better off just taking it off of this. So you see that? So hard. So the thickness is in this area here. So it goes up, and then that bit's thick, and then it just starts going thinner as it gets to that side. And then if you look at your nail from this direction, you can't really see, can you? It doesn't look as, looks flat on there. If you look from this direction, then you can go in, you can squidge it, don't squidge it, you can press to get your shape nicer. So just make sure it's all been pressed into that centre. Don't flatten with your brush on the top. Just double check it and make sure you've got everything covered. So I've missed a right little bit on that section there. So I'm just going to get a teeny tiny bead. Let's place that in there. And just back comb that. Back comb, God, what am I on about? Back brush that. So anywhere where that needs a little bit, I'll just go in and apply just little beads. Okay. So I'm going to let that set up, and then we can file this. I think that's, there you can see. Right guys, so this is the finished nail. So you can see how the apex goes up into this sort of part. Can't point it out, Dawn, with your finger. So the apex is in this part here. So if I put my pen there, you can see it goes up, and if I put it in the centre there, you can see where the highest part is. So obviously up and down. So yep, that's how I do my apex, guys. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again in a bit. Bye.